We'll start where we're supposed to, at the start. Feel the weight of open eyes. Take a moment and close them. With each exhale, fall further backwards into the green of the gloam, roam through time, because the start of our story was long, long ago.
Green fills my gaze. Fields smile with the weight of wheat at harvest time. Marvel at the air cool and green. Like Connemara marble, it whips round my body, lifts each hair on my arm. Standing to attention, up rolling hills and down glens. Ireland, our land. Unfolding over the blue ink sea, wind bills, rain falls, thick green morning mist melts under heavy weighted droplets, making things lighter. Here, days roll off the tongue and stumble into each other, mumble apologies with a half smile, as the sun shifts from one side of the same sky to the other. Days melt like the mist in the thick green of this forest. Trees on trees on trees fall to my knees and trace patterns in the soft brown earth. Twigs snap under bare feet. Follow my father's footsteps into the arms of the woodland, knowing I'll take his place and lead the country's warriors one day. But today, this day is different. Morning rain washes mist from my eyes as across the glen I spy human-shaped sunshine. Her blonde hair catching light, holding it tightly, my heart immediately caught, wound up in her, beating in time with each step she takes towards me. Towards me. I glance at the back of Dad's head, in disbelief, and back to her and back to him, and see his gaze harden. As he turns to meet mine, his eyes shine, placing one hand on my shoulder. In a squeeze, he says goodbye. As I try to understand, she's here, taking my hand. She's taking me. I breathe. Oisín.
I know. I'm Niamh.
We leave. She is queen of a land across the sea where I'll stay young eternally. I don't glance back at my homeland, salt licking at my left heel, hands on her waist, her white horse below us matching the foam of the waves and pace of the water as it dances us to our destination. Waves vibrate and crest and crash under beating hooves, my heart and hopes in her hands.
Do you have a light?
Sorry?
Do you have a light? I said. I'm Niamh.
I know that.
Come, dance with me.
We've arrived. You can open your eyes.
Dancing feels like dreaming. The ease of deciding to dance. Communion in movement. Community in factories. Press your body against potential. Excitement of not knowing what nights would hold. Predictability and uncertainty rolled into one. An ancient fun. A land of eternal youth sounds like a tonic to the now, you know? Like you, I'd ride on the back of a stranger's white horse to Tir na Nog, across an ocean. You never hear about that crossing. What happens beyond the horizon? How hooves skim the water's surface like stones and never sink. I think it would be nice to meet someone new and immediately know I want them. And want to keep the party going because our hips move in sync, spill out of a club and onto a beach, 6 a.m, sticky with sweat and spilled gin, the tinny sound of speakers still ringing in your ears. And we're singing and swimming, dress full of sand, skin salty, as we lick waves with fingertips.
You asked me to cross oceans with you, and I did, because I never want this night to end.
But friends and lovers melt into the salt of the sea.
I need to leave.
No.
Please.
But you just got here.
Come with me.
I can't. I'm home.
I've got to go. She was queen of a land across the sea, where I could have stayed young eternally. But I didn't glance back at my homeland, and that was haunting. Her white horse below me still matches the foam of the waves and pace of the water as it dances me back. The tide must come in again. It pulls me, propels me back into the greenish glow of an Irish gloaming. I see familiarity in the hills, forests denser than I remember. The scent of rain and mist and sea stings my nose. I feel my father squeeze my shoulder, glance back to smile at my dad, and see only green. He and all he stood for, gone. As I step off my horse, in search of warm brown soil underfoot and footsteps to follow, the past 300 years pile onto me like stones. Here, time drove on, as I danced and loved, frozen on foreign shores. Now, unfamiliar faces surround me, confound me with questions, so I muster the last of my strength to share our story. I came back, but don't forget that I've been there and that this place exists and can live on through your lips.
We'll start where we're supposed to, at the start. Fall further backwards into the green of the gloam. Roam through time, because the start of our story was long, long ago.
And so, I tell them, and then melt like mist into the arms of Ireland.